China and coronavirus are really the big issues. To come to Ukraine, which is the most in the news, Germany has a pipeline, Nord Stream 2, which goes directly to Russia. It's not operational yet, and it's kind of got the country tied up in knots. It's 1,230 kilometers long, and NATO and the Western countries are trying to tell Germany, look, consider that a weapon against Russia in this standoff over Ukraine. We may be asking you to not allow the gas to flow, because Russia can use that pipeline to extort, well, let's say, turn off the gas to Ukraine, literally, use it as leverage. So use that pipeline that you have as leverage. So that's one thing they'll talk about, but also climate. They'll be talking about China, what kind of human rights stance to have, and how to move forward just generally now that France is exercising the presidency of the European Union. Gets to set the agenda. How can France and Germany, whose historic reconciliation really laid the groundwork for the European community and later the European Union, come together to get some of the things that they agree on pushed forward and solved? France continues to maintain that nuclear power is a way of going green. Germany is now led by a three-party coalition with the Social Democrats, the Free Democrats, who are pro-business, and the Greens, who had a giant, transversal green ministry with fingers in every pie. They decommissioned their nuclear reactors in the wake of the Fukushima disaster around a decade ago. So green in Germany does not include nuclear. That's something that I think they're going to just politely put to the side because they want to focus on the positive. And there have been big divisions between France and Germany in the past, notably over whether or not the European Union should be able to get into debt to bail out countries. That disappeared during the coronavirus crisis. And guess who was in charge of that process for Germany? Olaf Scholz, giving up on budgetary orthodoxy in Germany, the idea that you could not go into debt to spend publicly in the name of Europe, in the name of fighting the coronavirus pandemic. Germany agreed to do that. So we have a 750 billion euro bailout fund, which is actually operational now. So a lot of differences have kind of gone away. And I think in any case, this is an opportunity for the two leaders to get to know each other a little bit more. They have met each other before because Olaf Scholz was the vice chancellor and finance minister. But to agree how they're going to continue, I think, it's safe to say Angela Merkel's heritage. Olaf Scholz is really was seen as a continuity candidate. So there's not a lot to reinvent. And I think they'll be sort of accentuating the positive today in the projects they intend to work together on.